Coming up on the next episode. So one of the problems with this Ward's Airline 8-track recorder player AM/FM stereo that is on the bench in front of me was the absence of a tuner shaft sleeve. I don't know how well you can see any of this, but there's the old one, and there it come out like that. It was all one piece, and you can see it rather broke. It's pretty thin. And so anyway, that after all these years, it broke. So as you can see over here on the actual, what do you call it here, I have printed up a new one on the 3D printer. Now it didn't go smoothly. I did print the first one here that apparently the filament broke and stopped printing, so that was no good. So this one was another one I printed. Now this was after that one right there. I thought that it needed to be a little bit wider here and a little bit bigger, but this one turned out to be too big. So what I did was basically use the what do you call it, a pair of pliers to drive this shaft down through it, and I was thankful that it didn't crack the surrounding, but it didn't. And it does work now, so let me show you that.
Free to face. Class.
I raped a girl at night.
Thursdays to hear if your name is announced.
That's difficult to tell on the recording, but only one channel is working. As you can see, it does work very well, and I'm happy about that. Like I said, I made that a little bit thicker than the old one, and I wanted it to last, so I put just a drop of oil on it to make sure it was nice and lubricated. Turns really nice even with just the knob, or the shaft. I've got the knob to go on there. It's big too. It'll even be better with that. But there you go. That was a quick fix. I was able to, for Bill, I was able to just basically put a piece of tape over here and one up here on the upper part of the dial string, and of course that loops around several times. As a matter of fact, I think 3 times on that shaft, on this shaft here. It loops around 3 times, so I basically just unlooped it and came off the back there with the old one, and then when I put the new one on, I looped it 3 times and started putting it back on the rollers that it came off of, and it came off of this a little bit. But eventually I got them all back on like it was supposed to be. You can see the string is stretched a little bit. That's the way it's supposed to be. So that works really nice. I'm happy about that. And I'm very happy I didn't have to completely restring it. It wasn't that hard, but anytime you have to do it, it's a pain in the butt. So, but anyway, this was the first thing I repaired on this, and I thought I would bring you guys along for that. Now, you probably won't get a lot of this. I mean, these videos that I make on this is going to be kind of broken up because I'm doing this in between other stuff, and I just kind of wanted to get it together. Now, this again, this has only got one channel. I'm going to I'm going to flash up a picture of the schematic. You can see this uses an IC for the output, and I think it probably has went bad, and as such I have went ahead and found one. In fact, Brendan suggested it on eBay that there was one pretty reasonable. I think Bob previously, the only one he had found was like $20-something, and this one was $9 shipped, so that wasn't too bad. I went ahead and ordered that just in case, because more than likely that's the problem. I haven't checked anything further than this, and again, I wanted to get this part done first, so that I would have tunable, what do you call it, and be able to actually use the unit and or to try different stations and see if the stereo works, which it does. The light does anyway. I guess the rest of it does. But, so basically, it's just the antenna on the cord is the only thing that's touching back there. So that's good. And like I said, that's going to do me. I just wanted to share this with you that I got this done and was able to use the 3D printer once again. And I think you will agree that this thing has more than paid for itself, I think, in little parts like this that I have used and made. And so, like I said, it took roughly 20 minutes to print one of these, so it wasn't one of these things where it took all day to do these things. But again, that's nice and stout, and I'm very happy with the way that's turned out. So, all right. Alright, well, what you can see here in front of you is we are back on this Ward's Airline 8-track AM/FM stereo component system, and tracking down the missing channel. I have input to the auxiliary channel here, and what I'm playing is two different songs on each channel. On the left, I'm playing Why Have You Left Me For, the One You Left Me For, or whatever that's called, by Crystal Gale. And the other one's Right Down the Line by Jerry Rafferty. Now, I've traced it. Now, pin 6 up here is the input, and you can't hardly hear it, but it's both places here. That's Right Down the Line. I can hear that on the speaker of the VDST. Now, going to the output, that's the one that's playing on the speaker up above. That's the other one. Nothing. So we're going to say the right channel is out, because like I said, I have input to this chip, I have no output. So that's a pretty good indication, I think, of problem. I'm going to double check the voltages on the make sure the voltage is there, but I think it's probably there. I haven't checked for sure, but I'm going to. And it should be on pin 4, I think 12.46 volts is what it says. So that's what we're looking for, pin 4. And that would be this pin right here by the grounding heatsink, whatever you want to call it. So let me check it real quick. Check the one that's working first. 12.10 right there. I have absolutely nothing on the other one. Now that might be a problem. Let me double check here. I'm on there good. It is absolutely nothing. So there you go. That's a good indication why it's not working. There's no voltage going to it. So there we go. We got to track that down now. Like to make sure, double sure. See if there's any other voltage sources on that one. The output looks like it's got 16 volts on it. Let's see what that does. I can't get on it. Wrong one for the output. Let's see. Okay, millivolts. There you go. 400 and almost 500 millivolts. So that's not very much. So going to do some voltage checking on that one and find out what the problem is and see where our sources went. So there you go. Let's update for right now, and we'll come back later with more on it. Alright, well, we're back again with the Ward's Airline 8-track unit. I do have the bad chip out now. You can see here probably the holes around there that I've desoldered, and there's those two there stay in there. They're nuts soldered in for the heatsink. And so there is your chip out of there. Get a hold of it. And that's what it looks like. So that is the one that's bad. And so we've got one on the way, like I said. And when it arrives, we will replace it and see if that does not fix our problem. I'll check a few of the components around there to make sure there's no other problems, you know, shorted caps, anything like that. But I think that's probably our main thing. Generally what happens with these ICs is somebody either shorts the output, speaker outputs, you know, even doesn't take too long to do that. I mean, the shorted output will cause them to go bad. Also, playing it without a speaker attached at all will harm these chips as well. So, a couple of possibilities there that you know, could be. So that's that. Alright, that's all I got for this time. Good morning, YouTube. This is a Saturday. This will be probably aired on Monday. This is gonna be the, I won't say culmination because I still have a lot to do to it, but this is basically getting the Ward's Airline FM, AM, FM stereo 8-track recorder player. That is a mouthful, but that's pretty much what it says there on the front, if you can read that. Ward Airline FM, AM, FM stereo 8-track recorder. Now I added the player because obviously it plays as well as records. But anyway, this thing is actually working now. I had gotten the new chip in, and when I say new chip, it was actually ended up being a used chip. The guy contacted me sometime after I bought the item and said that he discovered, he said through no fault of his own, that the that the chip was not actually a new old stock, not used, but had been previously installed, and asked it if I wanted still, and I said yes, as long as I can get my money back if it doesn't work. And he said no problem with that, so he went ahead and sent it, and it does in fact work, and I'm going to show you that right now.
Give it up for Tan France. Please welcome Paula Cole. Ask me another. The answer to life's funnier questions.
That's the FM stereo
on WFIU2.
So that's working
Sometimes
just fine.
You need a little jolt of caffeine.
There's left. There's the right.
Sometimes.
So you can see it is working just fine. So that's good. I'm going to play a few
Whatever
other
mood
stations
you're
here.
in, the music on Sunday Borough.
I don't have an antenna hooked up, so I may not get much.
Get more out of summer with more from the Home Depot and 4th
That's
of July
106 the river.
throughout the store and online. Whether you're
Let's go the other way.
Who traced
Used by Tempur-Pedic.
That's
It's
the local
engineered
station
with a
there.
revolutionary cooling system that pulls excess heat away from your body to help you sleep deeper all night and wake up more refreshed every morning. During the Tempur-Pedic Summer of Sleep, save $500 on all Tempur-Breeze mattresses.
I think that's the hum. Even though it's a local station, it's hard to pick up sometimes. Low-powered station, so that's going down the dial a little bit more. WJAA. Which also is a local station. I have 3 FM local stations, only 1 AM. Now I don't know that I've tried the AM on here. Let me try that real quick. I'm going to turn it down because I think the last time it was a little bit noisy. Let's turn it back. Yeah, see it. That's what I heard before. Let's go down here where the local station is. I think part of that is the soldering station. And it is working on both channels, so that's good. So there you go. AM does work. FM stereo is where we want to be. Now, what I want to try next is the 8-track, and I'm gonna confess I've already tried this. It does work. So let's go ahead. This is a Barbara Streisand tape. So one of the tapes I got, it was a good tape as far as the foam pad being good, and it appeared to be you know, in good working condition. So I'm trying it. I'm using it for the demo because of I don't want to wrap a tape around the head if I can help it. So here we go. Some little crosstalk I can tell between the channels. It hasn't. I haven't adjusted anything on the azimuth or anything like that, so that will take some doing. But overall, it's switching. There's track 1, track 2, track 3. So you can hear bits and pieces of the other track. Like I say, once the that's adjusted, I think it'll be just fine. Like I say, it's working. That's half the battle, I guess, is what they would say. And I'm going to take you down a little bit so you can see the track indicator there. I don't know that the automatic switching will work, but I assume it will. I may try to find which one is the which track I'm on from the listings, and see if I can get to the auto part, and so I may try that a little bit here. I'm not going to waste too much time doing this. I just wanted to show you that it did work, and I'm going to pull it out and get that stopped. And so that part works. Now the only part obviously I haven't tried yet is the recording, but I do have the blank tape for doing that, and I'm hoping it's in good enough shape I don't have to do the foam on it. Now on these here, I have some of these. I have 20 of these ordered, the foam pads that fit behind the tape here to keep the pressure on the tape against the heads, I guess I should say. And so those should be in here, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember what the shipping was, but let's see. Enough is enough. That was yeah. So it's coming around here pretty quick to the what do you call it? I'm gonna leave it play and see if I can get it to do that. Yeah, I think it needs head needs a little adjustment, because I think it's sterner on the left than it is on the right, for one thing. I think at the end of this track, or maybe in the middle of it, I'm not really sure, it should switch. We'll turn it down just a little bit more. Well, I'm happy with the way it's turned out. It seems to work pretty darn good, especially after I've got the both channels working. Now this does have a 8-track quad simulator. Now this has the what they call the Matrix. Anybody who's old enough will remember the Matrix for simulating quad. 4-channel stereo, and it was basically, it was similar to the surround sound today, as far as the back channels just are kind of delayed a little bit, and they just make it sound a little more echoey, I guess is what the word. This may be the end of the track. Yep, it switched. All right. That is nice. So everything is working on this. Again, I have not checked the... oops. I have not checked the recorder, obviously, but I want to clean all the head and everything like that and get that done. Like I think I mentioned this before, the belt on this seemed to be fine. It might be just a hair loose, but it's obviously working just fine. And again, the only thing I really have to do to that is adjust the head azimuth and maybe the track. I don't know. One way tilts it, I think, and one way goes up and down. So I need to adjust both of those. So because there is some cross talk you can hear between the different tracks, so it's obviously not aligned correctly. But that will be coming later, probably after the new shop is in business. Let's stop this here. And like I said, one of the reasons I wanted to do this today was to get, I had to use the soldering station to get that chip in, and I wanted to test that out before so I could give the guy some feedback one way or the other on it. And I wanted to do that before we tore all this apart. Now all this is going to be, all this is coming down mostly today, I think. The bench project in the other room is progressed to the point, it's phase 2 now, it should be. And phase 2 is going to be attaching the this pegboard to the new bench. And I'm hoping that you can see, let me show you down here. You can see there is some spacing here down here. And the way I've got that one set up, I think that's all going to work out pretty good. Now this may have to go up a little bit. I'm not really sure how that's going to work because it goes down to the bottom. So we'll have to do the best we can with that. The rest of it, like the variac over here, should be fine. Not really sure about the MFP yet, but again, all that will be addressed at the time. So that's that. And like I said, I wanted to show you that this thing does work, and I'm very happy about that because I was a little worried about the chip, you know, because the guy said come back and give me the story about the not being an NOS type chip, and so you know that was a little worrisome, but it does work. So again, happy about that. And so that's the end of this story. Probably the beginning of another of another story. Now, as I said, this is going to air Monday. I just want to, I kind of wanted to get this knocked out in one video so I could get on with some other stuff. And I've got it to the point now on this one here so that I can go ahead and basically get the rest of it done. And I will, like I say, clean the heads and adjust those before I put this all together. I think you can do all that from within the case, though. I believe there's adjustment ports on the bottom to do that. So I may go ahead and put that all back together. I don't know. We'll see. But again, I do need to either make knobs or buy knobs for this. There's 3 out of 4 here I've got, and then there's one missing. Of course, you've already seen the fix on the tuner. And that's still working just fine. And all the other knobs are here except for that, you know, one on the slide controls. Now the slide controls, I may go ahead and try to clean those. They're not really bad. There's a little static in when you slide, but I think even new ones on the slide controls did that. I just don't think they're great controls. That's why they stopped making them and using them. So. I do have one more surprise for this will come up, and that will be after I get the new shop bench in order, because I want to do all this in there. And so that's one more surprise coming up on this. And Greg mentioned that him and Ron C were going to do a project similar. I don't know if it's similar to this one, but it's an 8-track component, I think. stereo, and I think they're going to be working on that, so that'll be interesting to watch. This kind of interests me. I think Ron C. was the one that got me kind of motivated for doing one of these, because he did John's Thunderbird radio, and I think it was 8-track, wasn't it? Pretty sure. And I think that's what got me kind of started on the whole 8-track thing. But I've been looking for some time for one of these, and this one showed up, and it was a very decent price because it was basically $30 shipped, and I think that was an excellent buy. And I knew it had the one bad dead channel, but that was not too bad. That chip cost $8 plus shipping, which again wasn't too bad for a rare chip like that. And it works, so you can't ask for much more than that. So very happy with this. And again, like I say, once you see my little surprise for this, of course, I think you may have already seen part of it, but I'm not really sure. I think it was in a mail call the other day, the speakers I got for it. And of course, I think I mentioned the tapes. They did come in, and again, the tapes are, I think 3 of the tapes I got were in good enough shape to try out in the player without having to do anything to them. This is one of them. The rest of them are going to have the foam replaced. And again, I do have 20 of those foam pieces on the way from Florida, I believe it was. And so those will be replaced. We'll make a video on that, doing that as well, because I've seen several that do it. Some way you take, and there's a little catch here or something like that. You pop that, and then basically this just kind of case kind of splits. This one I'm not going to have to do because it's fine. Oh, there's the little thing right there. So you just basically pop that, and then it pulls apart. But interesting on how you do it, and so kind of brings back the old days. So. Alright, I have talked long enough for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little introduction to the Ward Airline FM, AM, FM stereo 8-track record. They didn't even put ER on it, just record. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it is. I guess maybe they ran out of letters, I don't know. But anyway, it is a recorder player, obviously, because we've heard the thing play. So, that's it. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya!